Morning all, compliments of the season to you. I thought that, given that I'm a complete PC gaming noob, I'd give you my impressions of the Steam Deck after a couple of weeks of use, as, well, if it can impress me, it should impress anyone, because I've steered clear of PC gaming my whole life because of technical nonsense and having to worry about graphics drivers and updating your card and blah blah blah. I fucking hate it. I'd rather just buy a PlayStation and put things in it. But let's see how this is getting on, shall we? Do bear with me, it takes a little time to warm up. So, I can't really take the moral high ground there. It's Saturday morning after a very brutal week at work. It takes me a while to wake up at this point. Yeah. See how the system's managed to impress me or fail me so far, shall we? An honest review, if you will. Does take a while to boot up, but to be fair, you know. Oh yeah, it's got an AC6 boot up screen now. It plays Space Marine. That's really all you need to know, is that you can play Space Marine anywhere, and it runs pretty much flawlessly. I have no idea why it's marked as playable instead of verified. It really should be verified. It works absolutely perfectly, as does Metal Hellsinger. Red Alert 3 has a really bizarre thing. When you first boot it up, it's in proper, like, potato graphics. I thought it was broken. No, it turns out you can't despite the fact that there are graphics settings in the pause menu, they're greyed out and won't do anything, which is bizarre. You have to change them from the main menu. So once you figure out that little trick, it runs perfectly on ultra settings. Freedom Planet 2, the game that answers the question, what if Sonic the Hedgehog was made by people who give a crap, and put a banger soundtrack in it. Half-Life 2, because it was about £1. Portal, because it's Steam, how can you not have Portal? Command & Conquer, more Command & Conquer, Hogs of War. That one I haven't tested yet. Stardew Valley, despite the fact I own it on 3 other consoles, I bought it for the mod so I can have chocobos on my farm because I'm a freaking dork. Star Wars Squadrons, FF7 Remake Intergrade runs absolutely flawlessly and looks gorgeous. It doesn't have the sort of graphical flourishes that the PS5 version does, obviously, because it's running on portable hardware, but for a portable version of FF7 Remake, you could not get any better. So, yeah, there are a few compatibility issues here and there, like Way the Samurai 4, for example, apparently has it had technical issues. There's now a new version of Proton, the sort of Windows faking software, and it seems to work all right now. Let's check the full state of the library, shall we? Ace Combat 7 works perfectly. American Truck Driver, perfect. Blasphemous, Bloodstained, Brutal Legend is verified and runs absolutely flawlessly. I've never had a single frame drop on it. Portable Brutal Legend. Do you really need to know anything else about this? Castlevania, Command & Conquer, a bunch of indie RPGs, Elden Ring. Yeah, again, Elden Ring, you can get better versions of it. But it's portable Elden Ring, for Christ's sake. Portable Elite Dangerous, even. You can carry an entire galaxy in, well, I wouldn't say your pocket, because this thing's a beast, but in your bag, at least. Bear in mind, this thing plays No Man's Sky as well, so you can have multiple galaxies in your pocket. That's not too bad. Say, Dave the Diver's quite a good one. Final Fantasy XIII does run on the Steam Deck, but requires a little modification. I had to go in and manually edit the INI files. Now, I said at the beginning of this video I don't like doing crap like that because it's complicated and I don't know how, but thankfully PC gaming's been around long enough at this point that there's YouTube tutorial walkthroughs that will teach you how to do everything here in about 2 minutes. So it's no longer a problem. It's just a case of go into desktop mode on this thing and download the file, transfer it to the folder where you need it to, and it usually does it. There's none of that, going in and having to rewrite code yourself or any of that garbage. It's just, drop this file into this folder and we fixed it for you. Thank you. Kingdom Come Deliverance Ultimate Edition runs pretty well. Like Metal Hellsinger with all the DLC. My portable Metal Hellsinger. Never separated from the metal again. I can keep blasting demons while I'm on the toilet. It's fantastic. Sea of Stars looks gorgeous on the OLED. Sonic Adventure 1 and 2, despite being listed as unsupported, they both play perfectly, so I don't know what Steam's on about. Sonic Generations, portable. Star Wars. Don't even get me started on Star Wars. There is so much Star Wars. I went onto CD Keys and I spent, I think it was £11 buying a bundle pack which came with 12 games, which is like all the Jedi Knight games, Battlefront, Empire at War, all this other stuff. All the X-Wing games, Starfighter, both of the KOTOR games. I got all that for £12. Do I really need to say anything more? And as I mentioned before, it plays stuff like Dawn of War, Space Marine, Rogue Trader has a few bugs in it at the moment because it's brand new, but that's not actually a Steam Deck issue. Apparently the PS5 edition does exactly the same thing. So X4 Foundations is amazing. Let's see. And then of course we have the less than legal side of the Steam Deck with my emulators. The almighty RetroArch, of course. Do have a couple of problems with the Dolphin emulator, but haven't really used it that much, to be perfectly honest with you. But yeah, it is not bad. It has an almighty library so far, and I've only just begun. So, is it impressing me? Yeah, I'd say so. The OLED screen is absolutely delightful. The controls are nice and easy to wrap your head around. The battery life is not particularly great, but I heard horror stories about the Steam Deck making so much noise when it's running, big, complicated games like Elden Ring, but I gotta be honest with you, unless I'm on a pause screen, it makes no more noise than my fish tank. Like, this is the buzz I get from my fish tank. Speaking of which, say hello, fish. It's the surviving Tetras. Suki's around here somewhere. I think he's back there. But, yeah, it makes basically no noise. Like, if it ever gets to the point where it's sounding like a jet engine, it's not supposed to do that. That's something you're doing. Amazing games. The prices on these things are absolutely insane. Like, yeah, the deck itself cost me a fortune, but it's a case of like Metal Hellsinger, for example. I bought the base game for $2.99 in the sale. $2.99 for Metal Hellsinger. All right, I then spent a further £15 on the DLC. It's like I'm worried at the minute because it is the first time I've been exposed to a Steam winter sale and actually had the technology and finances to abuse it, and it's a case of this terabyte hard drive is already full. I'm going out today to buy a terabyte micro SD card and I'm going to fill that as well. So any notion of me being an adult and saving money for, rainy day, which is Britain, they're all rainy days, it's like, that's gone straight out the window, because it's just like, no, I don't think you understand. Like, take Mordheim here, for example. I've been umming and ahhing about buying that on the PS5 for a couple of years now. It's in a bunch of sales. It usually comes to about £4. I think I paid 50p for it. So, yeah, I can see some advantages to Steam gaming. You're right, PC gaming is the way. If I can just get Outrun 2006, Afterburner, Climax, and let's say Lost Odyssey working, I think I will be content. Now, I know that you can get Outrun working. I've seen it working. Don't know about Afterburner, and Lost Odyssey is apparently a technical nightmare on the Steam Deck, but people are working on it all the time, so that's the beauty of it. Is that if it doesn't work now, it might work next week. So, Anyway, that's it from me. If you want the noob's opinion on whether or not the Steam Deck is worth it, then yes, abso-fucking-lutely. It is an almighty little machine. It does more than I could ever explain in a short video, and you don't have to be a genius to understand it. So you don't have to worry about graphics drivers or any of that garbage. It's a case of, like, if you're worried about whether or not a game is compatible, go to Proton Database and it'll tell you. That's it. It's a fan created database of basically everything that you can buy on the Steam Deck. Like Hogs of War is listed as unplayable by the Steam store itself, but there are ways of getting it to work, so it's not that bad. And if you're worried about the small screen size, just get yourself one of those. It's a dock, and it just plugs into the TV and basically turns this thing into a roided up Nintendo Switch. Which can also emulate Nintendo Switch games, by the way. So, just buy this instead of a Switch, basically. No disrespect to Nintendo. I mean, I would have given you money if you'd have put Skies of Arcadia Legends on the Switch, but you didn't, so it's on the Steam Deck instead. So screw you, Nintendo. Anyway, I'm going to go and actually play this thing because I've got a 4-day weekend because it's Christmas. So I'm going to go and play Metal Hellsinger until my thumbs bleed. So, Merry Christmas, I guess.